that that information is easily available.
How's it going, everybody, today? Well, we're doing a little impromptu flight tonight. I was going to do a flight and decided it'd probably be a good thing to stream it. So, we're going to do flight sim economy. I'm going to be taking the 1900D out for a spin today. And we're going to be flying real world weather in New England, which right now is a disaster right now. So we are going to be trying to fly at IFR the way that I feel that it would probably go. This is not going to be 100% to the book IFR, I can imagine. So, but we're gonna try to do this flight and do it in the real world weather. If it gets too crazy or too bad, a lot of the airports that we're gonna go to are reporting pretty much below minimums on the approach. So hopefully we'll be able to get this going somewhat. So without further ado, let's get this plane started. So I'm gonna bust out the checklist.
All doors closed.
All right, everything's closed. I want to make sure, not that. I want to open that. I want to get rid of the statics. Okay, all doors are closed. We're good there. Okay, all doors closed. Parking brake is set.
Parking brake.
Make sure it's set. Oh, you know what? It's in the middle. I wish this armrest would stay up. Okay, parking brake.
Set. All switches off.
Everything's off.
Check.
Alright, battery switch on.
Switch. On.
Okay.
Panel and cabin lights.
Panel and cabin lights. We're gonna turn those on, get some light going here. Okay, we're good. You can get rid of the aviation. Whoa. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what just happened there. I need to make sure. I think I got a lot of things messed up right now. So this is why I kind of don't do these streams like this, because why is it not reading my yoke right now? It's because I didn't have it plugged in before I started. Let's see here. Everything's good there. Okay, done. I guess we may have to quit and restart this. So, alright, so the plan today is we're going to go IFR from LaGuardia. LaGuardia to New Hampshire, Concord. We're going to stop in Concord. We're going to stop in Manchester. And we're going to stop in Nashua. If you... I did restart. I explained, right? Nope. So, let me just take a look here. This is what we have to deal with right now. So here's the route. I picked what I think is the correct route for this flight. So, I mean, this is where it may not have been exactly right or whatnot. So this is the route we're going to fly. We're going to maintain our minimums. I want to do one more thing. I want to make sure we do have a problem because there's definitely going to be icing. So we're going to definitely be preparing ourselves. Bag of Bones, hey, how you doing, man? Preparing ourselves for that. So let's resume our last flight, and hopefully everything's back to green. If not, this is a short stream because I don't know why everything was off or why it wasn't working. That's the first time ever. First time ever all that stuff's not working. So we're going to see. Stream may cut out just a little bit here while it's loading. So we can want to get in here so I can get this GPS programmed for this flight. I can show you what we're doing on FS Economy. I already kind of briefed it. We're flying for my main group, VR Aviation, and we're taking all these passengers here. So we're going from LaGuardia to that's Manchester, Concord, and Nashua. Right here. So 19 packs out and 19 packs coming in. So we got a full load for the full load. Total value in loading area 28,992. So a good old little chunk of change to get close to ending the month for VR Aviation. Again, if you haven't checked out, looking for an FS Economy group that we're expanding right now, VR Aviation, great place to check out. Always hiring pilots as long as you fly one flight per month. We have a Western hub based around our Western FBO hub based around Montana area. Eastern hub based around the Delaware area, and we just increased significant amounts of FBOs in France, so we have some European flying for everybody. So as far as the stream's going, I'll wait for this to load just a little bit because I know it's gonna drop my stream a bit. I really hope that that fixed the yoke thing. I have no idea why. Well, I kind of have one thing is that when I came in here, all my stuff was unplugged. So hopefully that doesn't become a major issue. So I just did finish my 12 hours of work, so again, generally I don't, sometimes I wish that I could stream when I do my flights after work, but I usually do very short flights, and some days I'm not feeling it to the point where I don't want to make the mistake of, sometimes I actually seriously just kind of quit. Say, yep, this is not going to work, not feeling it today. So, yeah, we got some issues here. I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Let me, Foxy, you can't bug me right now. Fox dog. Okay, so it was a little bit loose. I guess that was the case right there. Okay, so everything should be a go now. Okay, let's check our rotor pedals. Okay, everything's good. There wasn't really any GA parking, so I'm going to kind of move this plane off where we're at here a little bit. Kind of point that right there. Kind of pretty much already preset, like we got pushed back. Okay. So now we're going to get going again on this. Everything's working now. Open up our checklist again. I'm going to turn my flashlight, aviation flashlight back on. Get back into my normal view setting. All doors closed.
Check. Parking brake.
Parking brake
Set.
should be set.
All switches
All
off.
switches off.
Check.
Okay, battery
Battery
switch
switch.
on. Let's see if it
On.
works from the panel. All right, battery
Panel
switch
and
is
cabin
good.
Lights.
Panel cabin lights, good there. We're gonna get rid of the yoke so we can move around the yoke here. All right. Oh, that's from a tug that's in. I'm in his way. Okay. All right. Panel cabin lights. We got that
As
set
required.
up. I can turn my aviation
NAV light
flashlight
switch.
off. Nav light switch. We're gonna turn that on. I
On
don't have to
trim.
do everything from. If you've seen my previous streams, I have a nice setup of the desktop aviator panel light switch for the Cessna that works in all planes. So not all the buttons will be configured, but it works very, very well. And we also, are running with the GPS panel, the 43530 panel from Desktop Aviator, which is so much of a help. Does not have a screen like some of the newer models that are out there, but let me just tell you that this is really helps my immersiveness when it comes to flying this airplane right now. Okay, so all trim. Kind of weird on why it's asking me to do that on my. See, this is what I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of this. I don't know why it just doesn't stay back there. Okay. Okay. So I'll trim. I guess maybe it wants us to put rudder boost on, elevator trim, ground cool. Turn that on here. Okay. All right, we got that set. Fuel quantity, we don't really have that set right now because we're not in FS economy yet. Actually, yeah, I don't want to start the timer on the rental
Check.
yet. So,
Annunciator
annunciator
panel.
panel test. That is over here, I believe. Where is it? Where's it? Oversteer. That's the. Nope, that's that. Annunciator test is gonna be. Let's get rid of those caution warnings. It's been a little bit since I've been in this plane. So now I'm kind of right here. Nope. Train inhibit. Annunciator panel test. Oh, right here. Press test. Good test. Test's good. Okay.
Test.
Anti-ice switches.
Anti-ice
We are
switches.
going to start them up. So we're going to go anti-ice. We're going to go windshield normal. We're going to go windshield high and normal. Okay, prop is on auto. Copilot DI single. Alright, stall warning. Pitot tubes. Static. Brake de-ice. Fuel vent right. Is that de-ice? Yeah, that's de-ice. Okay. Alright, so we got everything on. We're going to need it on because we're going to have some troubles today.
As required.
As a matter of
Blue air
fact,
valve
I also
switches.
want to, since it's not it's simulated in the simulator, but you can't really see the ice developing. I picked this up from Keith from Pilot Edge of putting your data output for ice buildup, so you can it's kind of a little bit of a OP way of knowing you're building ice, but it's good to know that everything is working. Okay, So bleed air valves, switches, we need to open.
Open up.
Okay,
Blowers,
blowers
man
manual.
temp switches.
And all right, blowers man
High up.
temp overspeed stall
Overspeed
warning.
/ stall warning.
Let's test. Test good. Test is good.
Test.
Engine fire test.
Engine fire test L/R.
Okay. Fire test good. Okay.
Test.
Landing gear control
Landing gear
is
control.
down, 3 green, locked.
Down.
Nope.
Beacon and strobe light switches.
All right, beacon's on, strobe's on.
GND.
Power levels
Power levers.
idle. So
Idle.
we got that idle.
Propeller levers.
Props full forward. Okay, so we're good there. Prop levers to taxi. Okay, I always forget about that in
Taxi.
this plane. Okay.
Fuel condition levers. Cut off.
All right, fuel conditions cut off.
Right
Next.
fuel condition lever.
Okay, low idle. Actually, yeah. All right. So we have to do this individually. I didn't really set up my views on this. Oh, not that. I want throttle quadrant. Yep. Okay, so low idle there. I need to get the I need to really get the dual
Low idle.
throttle quadrant
Right
because I really
ignition
want to.
and engine start switch.
Okay, let's get rid of the master cautions. Okay, arm for on and ignition.
On and maintain until 20%.
Okay, 20%.
R fuel press low alarm red. High panel. Extinguished. Right oil pressure.
20%. Okay, we're good. We're looking good there. Get rid of that views command there.
Check yellow. ITT 300 degree and prop 1000 to 1300
ITT.
RPM.
300. Prop 1. Alright, good. I think prop's got to come up a little bit. Okay.
Wait until. Right fuel condition lever.
Right fuel condition lever full forward. Yeah, I really need to get that dual quadrant.
Full forward.
Okay, so we're
Right
full forward there.
Gen switch.
Okay, right generator. Sorry about this, guys. This is a little bit engine anti, so I want that on. Right generator. Let's turn that on.
Right AC bus switch.
Right AC bus on.
On.
Engine
Right
auto
and auto
ignition
ignition
switch
switch.
off.
Off.
Okay. All right,
Left
next.
fuel condition
Let's
lever.
go to the left.
Low idle.
Okay, we're at
Left
low idle.
ignition and engine start switch.
Armed
and
for
maintain
on.
until 20%.
And let's pull
L
back
fuel
here
press
so we
low
can
alarm
see.
red. High panel.
And hold on until 20%.
Left oil pressure.
20%.
Check yellow.
Check perfect yellow.
ITT 300 degree and
We're
prop
yellow.
1000 to 1300 RPM.
Okay, wait until ITT is to 300. I guess that's something I never caught before. So I'm still not down yet. Okay, so we're gonna go full on
Wait
those.
until
Left
fuel condition lever.
full forward.
Full
Okay.
forward.
All right,
Generator
left
L-gen
gen
switch.
up.
On.
Left AC bus
switch.
on.
On.
Okay.
Left N auto ignition
Okay,
switch.
we can turn the auto ignition off
On.
now. Okay, I got it. All right, next on the
Bus
list.
sense switch.
Bus send switch. That's right. Normal middle position. Okay, it's
Normal,
not sensing that.
Middle position.
Generators, DC load gauges.
Generators DC load gauges.
I believe that's
OHP.
okay. Load. We want that generator load. Okay. 10. DC percentage load. I think we're high. Okay, we'll
Check greater
bypass
than
it.
10.
Alright, check left gen.
/RGen/TPL bus /bat rotactor. Check 27.5-29B. Prop
Okay.
sync switch.
Okay, where prop sync switch is on.
On. Auto feather.
Auto feather is armed.
Arm.
Okay,
Gen
ties man switch right here. And we need the normal position, which is right there.
Normal. Middle position.
Left and right
Avionics
gen
switch.
out. Okay, we're good. Why is it saying auto feathers off? Should be on. Avionics switch can come on. So let's go on with that.
On.
Okay.
EFIS power switches.
EVIS power switches are down here. And I think it kind of auto. Ooh, I did not want to do that. Whatever I hit. Okay, so I think. Okay, let's see if EVIS is on. Everything's on now. Okay, we're good. There.
On.
Rudder boost switch.
Rudder boost switch.
Good.
On.
Elevator trim.
Elevator
Good.
trim
On.
switch. On.
Okay.
Blowers man temp.
Blowers man temp. Auto. Which I guess is in the middle. Or no. Down here. Okay. Go to auto. Cabin
Auto.
temp. Auto.
Cabin temp.
Sorry for the long pre-flight,
Auto
guys.
temp.
I kind of like
Ventil selector.
vent selector. I never know where this is.
Auto.
I'll go. Brake de-ice is
Brake
on.
de-ice.
That's already on. Okay.
On.
Ice protection stall warning
Ice protection.
on.
Stall warn switch.
Okay, we're all on there.
On. Ice protection. Bateau L and R switches.
Alright, so we got a long flight plan
On.
to put in here once we get going
Radio.
here.
NAV.
All right.
GPS.
Caution switch, we're going to turn it off. Okay, let's go to flight plan mode here. Delete flight plan. Okay, KLGA. Here we go. Okay, so we need okay, so our first fix pretty much our first fix is probably going to be Dumbo, and I'll show you that once we get going. Dunbo, it needs to be. We're not going to Mexico today. Although they probably got better. Alright, Dumbo. BDR is our next one. I know having a flight plan set up prior to this and just auto importing it would have been a lot easier, but I cannot do any of that stuff while I'm at work. So, like I said, it was kind of a impromptu. VOR Northeast, that's it, right there. Alright, HFD. Hartford. Now we have D. Devani, which is a GPS point. NY. Okay, Devani. I need to spend more time working with the FMS. I'm sure that it'd probably be a heck of a lot easier doing what I'm doing, but I have not worked with that very well. I know it auto imports into the 530 right here, but I just haven't done enough planning with the FMS to get ready for it. As soon as I find time, I'm going to definitely start working on that, try to get good at it, because I know it's definitely a helpful thing to have, or to use. It's pretty much why I haven't gotten into airliners, because I'm trying so much things. So many different things. It's not like I haven't done it before, but it's just the time. I mean, honestly, guys, I don't get to stream very often because of the fact that I pretty much fly. I sacrifice my sleep to fly nowadays. KCON is going to be our destination. Concord. Okay. Then we're gonna throw in the next airport. I don't know how we're gonna be able. We'll see what the conditions are there. That's where we're gonna be kind of not following our IFR. More or less, it would be kind of like we wouldn't. If the conditions are all right, we'll fly it not IFR to Manchester, because it's only about 15 miles away, I believe. Or no, it's about 40 miles, but it's not very far in this plane. Okay, so we got and then our last one's gonna be Nashua, KASH. Yeah. And everybody let me know if my mic and everything is sounding good and alright, because like I said, impromptu. Alright, then from there we're going to go to John's. I think this is where the FMS helps, because then I guess you can select airways, and then it would auto-populate the points that I'm doing manually right now. So, like I said, I need a little bit more. I need to take some time and try to get familiar with using that. Jones. Alright, there we go. And we're going to go GDM. Gardner. And back to Devani. This is probably the longest. This is the longest flight plan I've ever inputted into a GPS. So, all right. Thanks, Bagbones. Want to get in the air. That's another reason I kind of don't stream after work, is because I just want to get in the air and fly. It's kind of my decompress time. But I felt that this flight had the potential of being a really good stream and good learning experience, so that's why I definitely went with it. And it's definitely going to be some crappy weather. I don't even know if we're going to be able to land, at least with minimums. And then we're going to set our last one. Because right now on SkyVector, Concord is reporting overcast to 300 feet, which I believe our minimums for the approach that we're going to have is 840, I believe. So we'll see. We'll see. Other than that, all right, so let's go back to the top. We're going to go... Yeah, we're going to go direct Dumbo right now, just to have that in there, activate, and we'll find out where we're going to go from there. Long flight plan. So now we got that in. Now it's time to start throw in LaGuardia's info. Let's get our ATIS going right now. 125.95. Oh, wrong one. 125.95. Let's get our ATIS. Okay, let's get that in.
Information Romeo
06 at 6, so that hasn't changed, so we are going to expect, we're going to go off of runway 4.
Condition 700 broken, 19,000 overcast.
Okay, 2975.
Dew point 6. Altimeter 2975. Arriving runway 04. Departing runway 13.
2975. Wow, I don't know if
Advise on initial contact you have Romeo.
Gone that low before. Okay, so we got those set. Also, that's pretty much what I got. I'm gonna just set that, set and forget that.
LaGuardia information Romeo 700.
Okay,
Zulu weather.
so we got that set. I'm gonna turn
060
COM 1
at 6.
off just so we don't have to hear
Visibility
that. So, our departure procedure. That's what we're gonna get to next. So we're gonna follow a SID. We're gonna go off runway 4, which is right here. And you'll see 44 degrees and 55. So there's 2 pages. There's 3 pages. This is the LaGuardia 5 departure. So we're taking off runway 4. Microsoft Edge. Jeez, Pete. Okay, so we're taking off runway 4. We're going to climb at a heading of 44 to 600, then right turn at 055. Maintain 5,000, and then thence expect vectors to assign route and fix. Expect clearance file to altitude. We're going to be going to... I want to take advantage of the winds. The winds are heading up the coast. So we're going to go minimum for the flight. I'll show you this. If you guys are... anybody's unfamiliar on how to read the IFR, but I highly suggest going through the eye and cat and eye ratings on Pilot Edge, because you really get a dive into how crazy this is and how functional being in the system is. So Going east, we need to be in odd levels. So minimum odd is going to be 1,500, but we know that we have to maintain 5,000. So we're going to be 5,000. We'll go to 7. If you follow along your route, the lowest altitude is obviously going to be the lowest you're going to be on these airways right here. And like I said, I think I'm pretty good on what we picked and how our route, but we're gonna go 7,000. Grab some speed, because if you look here, you see that the wind at we're gonna go 070, and they changed a lot. If you went even higher, they get even better. But the problem is we have the moderate icing condition right now, and the moderate icing conditions at 8,000. So we gotta make sure that we monitor once we get up in the air. Good thing is we don't have major precipitation in our route yet, but it may be there, and it's gonna be cold enough in that area for the icing conditions. So, with that being said, so we're going to set that 044 is our heading. That's why I really, really like the PC-12 with the panel that they have on that, because it's really, really easy to adjust the... Now I'm blanking right now. Heading mode. Nope, that's course. This is heading mode right here. So we want to sync, and we're going to go. I want them to have this be scroll wheel, because this would be really nice being scroll wheel. I don't like that thing right there. But okay, so we're close. We're on 4.5, so we'll take that. We're gonna go hitting mode on our we're gonna go vertical speed of 16. I believe this is what this will go. Okay, that's set right there. So far we're gonna go change this from VLOC to GPS, but we won't be on it yet. Okay, so we got our radio set. Transponders, we called clearance for a request to Concord, and they said, okay, you can do that, but be careful because it's crazy outside. So let's go. I think the last one I had was like 3.4, 3.2. We'll just do something 3.2, 4.202, 4.2. Good. All right. Squawking altitude on the airport. Altitude set. We're gonna set that for. We'll set that for 5 now. All right. Altitude. We got that set. Break the ice. We can turn off now. Annunciator should be extinguished. We're good on there. Okay. Okay.
FSE passenger light switch.
Passenger light switch. Okay, so let's tell everybody it's time to. We'll turn the reading lights on. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Okay, we're good there.
On. Taxi light switch.
All right, taxi light. We're ready to go now. So let's get ready. So you can see we're just right here in the ILS hold kind of area. So we're just going to take Alpha Charlie to Alpha Alpha to runway 4 and get ready for departure. Okay, so feet on the rudders, reset my view. All right, we're looking good. We can turn down this cabin lights just a bit so that we're not, I guess that's the wrong one. Overhead, yeah, we'll turn that down. Okay. Alright. Taxi light switches on.
Propeller
Prop levers at taxi. We're there right now. A few
Taxi.
condition levers full forward.
Fuel
We got
condition
that.
Levers. Full forward.
Okay, power levels at idle.
Idle. Brakes.
Brakes released.
Released.
Let's go parking
Turn
brake off.
indicator and RMI.
Okay, so let's check. I think we were in, okay, so we're in taxi mode now. Parking brake off. Okay, brake check good. Turn indicator
Check moving.
looks good. Left
brakes.
brake. Test. There, good.
Right brakes.
Test, good.
Test.
Go to holding point.
And set park
Okay,
brake.
so yeah, definitely when you set the I'm trying to find out where we're going here. Yeah, when you set the prop lever in that position, some of the other turboprops don't say to do that, so I am gonna try to figure out if that's gonna be the standard or whatnot, but you definitely get going with a heck of a lot less force. So okay, so of course the names are not exactly the same, but we know we're going to 2-4. I think we just got to turn around here. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're looking good so far. Not gonna do full run-ups and stuff like that. I want to kind of get going on this flight. So we're gonna fast forward a bit. We're gonna go flap 17. So we need to go. Whoa. And this thing is really fast. Okay. We gotta double check and make sure the flaps went down because I didn't hear a sound. That brake thing is really bugs the crap out of me, where it shakes the view. Okay, oh, because they're all the way down. Okay, that is weird. I guess that's 17. Okay, so we're gonna turn and get on course. We're gonna start our FS economy. I want to make sure. I've had a couple of. Alright, it says 10 assignments loaded, so that's not right. Oh, well, it may be right. I just want to make sure. I've had a couple of FSE failures lately with not as much that the plan went to crap, but more or less because of the fact that FSE selected passengers out of order of what I would have, and then you end up leaving passengers unequal. Like when you have packs or assignments that have multiple passengers and you kind of group them up right to have multiple flights go. Had a couple of flights in this week where I left a single passenger for one way because of the fact that it took too many multiple packs in a different flight. So alright, so we're lining up for runway 4. Okay, let's we're gonna set up right there. We're gonna double check our DG right now. I'm gonna reset it. Okay, flaps set. Alright, props are full forward.
Full forward.
Okay, power levels idle.
Levers.
Pressurization. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so we're gonna set that. We're not going to a major altitude, so that doesn't get set very high. I kind of really want to make sure that I got that set right. Yeah, see, if you look on the bottom, that's going to be your altitude you're going to. So you really don't have to adjust that until you go above 15. So that's where we're going to be at for right there. Okay. Fuel condition levers full forward. We got that.
Full forward.
Okay, power levers. Idle. Pressurization set.
Pressurization.
All annunciators extinguished. Now, it never told us to turn. Well, we do have. Whoa. I just lost an engine. Don't know why. Okay, DC gen fuel. Oh, what the heck? I just. I have 95 gallons. I don't know why it was doing that. Okay, so let's reset that. Okay, so let's cancel that. Cancel confirm. Okay, I'm going to grab more fuel just so that we have it. Because it definitely was not happy that we only had... so we're going to go 350 on fuel. Should be good enough. Alright, so we're going to start flight. We're going to have to restart the engine. So we're going to turn that back on. Get this to idle. Prop to feather. And restart to 20%. Brad M, thank you for the auto host. We are in the process of doing an IFR flight in the Northeast right now, which is very, very IFR. Lots of wind. We're going to hold until 20%. I'm not getting a start over there. Let's try it again. There's no fuel flow on that side. Okay. Try that again. Auto feather should be off. Ignition's on, DC gen. Let's turn the generator off. I don't know why. I'm gonna do grounds engines running in a second. Sapiens, how you doing, man? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna just go. Had a little issue with FSE and being on the wrong Okay, so now we just gotta make sure that everything didn't get reset badly. Okay. All right, so remember our departure procedure is going to be 44. It's 40 set to 45. Okay, so we're going to put, I want to make sure everything's on. We got too many lights on. Pitot heat is still on. Battery charge, ignition, DC right. Okay, everything should be good now. Okay. Okay. All right, prop sync needs to go back on. And I think that's on. All right, cool. All right, let's take off. Let's fly. All right, next, clock set, brakes hold. Okay, we're gonna go 38. I always kind of zoom in here. 38. And turn our master caution off. 35, 36, 37, 38. And brakes off. Flying. Okay. Heading 44 until 600 feet. And then we're going to go to a heading of 55. All right, rotate. Okay. Right, positive rate, gear up. Four. And there's 600 feet, so now we're going to turn to a heading of 55. Really wish strobes off. We're in the clouds, so we need to head back to 55. Vertical speed 16 and go. I'm trying to find if that's what that heading is. Okay, so it's 50. I so wish that they had that. So we'll go 54. Heading mode and autopilot's on. I want to reset the DG, just make sure. Okay. 1,600 feet. We're going to fly this heading until we get to 5,000. I'm going to get rid of the checklist. I do have a master caution on. We're going to go altitude select for 5. So let's find our caution right now. Pitot heat's still on. Ignitions are still on. So that's 2 of them. And then pitot heat is not on. That's why I'm getting caution. Okay. All right. So now we can reset to cruise, and I usually, like I said, it's been a little bit since, flaps up.
155 KTS. WSHLD anti-ice.
Windshield anti-ice is still on. Cabin pressurization's good. Fasten seatbelt sign off. Okay.
Up above 155 KTS.
Okay, torque 3,000 feet per minute, prop 1450. So that's where we're gonna go to. It's actually pretty low. I read in the Carenado manual. It was so we're going 1450 and 3,000 torque. Okay. So we're going to be cleared direct to Dumbo and continue on Victor So we're gonna go GPS mode since we already have it. So they give us a heading, turn 2. So we're gonna go to nav. Nav. Alright. And now we're gonna go up to 7,000. And we're gonna do altitude alert on that, altitude select. So we're going up to 7,000. And now we are on our path. Let's zoom in here. I'll show you what we got. I think we missed Dumbo, so it would have been the next. This is kind of the GPS is kind of like wandering right now. Let's make sure we got. Let's go back to our flight plan, and we're gonna go direct to BDR. Enter. Okay. So not much to see on the outside since we're gonna be in IMC for most of the journey. From what we're reporting, we're at 6,400. GPS off, or autopilot panel off. We're getting a little bit of altimeter icing, so we'll turn those pitos back on. Should be able to get rid of that from that. Okay, so we're at 7,000. And we're cruising along. All right, 1440, 3,000. We can add a little bit more. All right. And in the Carinado Plains, I have a F5 set up for reset the DG to magnetic north. I get into the habit of selecting that maybe every 5 minutes kind of deal. Kind of the same thing as, you know, being in a plane where you got to switch sides, fuel tanks, when you got to switch sides on that. So we could turn these back off. So what failed us was we were pulling from the AUGs, and I think I got to figure out the fuel pen a little bit more. Because when I went to FS Economy, I was low on fuel, and it immediately shut down my one engine. Or actually, it didn't really immediately shut down, but... Alright, not bad. It's showing some of that, but... It's always deceiving on FS Economy with default weather because you... Or, not FS Economy, but X-Plane, because you may be getting the idea that there's no clouds, and then all of a sudden you're screwed. Alright, fashion seatbelt signs off, so passengers may roam around. Alright, ITT looks good. Torque looks good. RPMs, or prop looks good. Turbine. Fuel flow. Everything seems good and green on the engines. We're at 7,000. Alright. So we got 17 miles to our next. So now let's set up ourselves for our next section of the journey. We're heading here. There's going to be our first point where we're turning. Current conditions right now. The rain is starting to slowly catch us. Let's check that real quick. Yeah, so it's going to catch us by the time we get up to Concord up here. So let's check what ILS 3.5. So our ASOS is 132.3, and we're gonna plug that one in. 132. 325. Not gonna be able to get our weather yet, but we can kind of see what it is from here. Close that. It's getting turbulent, a little bit of turbulence. Okay, so we got broken at 300. What's our winds? I might get rid of that for a sec. Okay, so we have winds 040 at 3 knots, 3/4 visibility, broken at 300, which is a little bit better than it was before because it was overcast at 300. So we are going to have to probably deal with some rain though. So 30, which means we'll set ourselves up for, and I think the ILS 3.5. So more, like I said, in the effort to keep FSE running smoother and not spending a lot of money, what we're going to do, I just wrote a Lewis script to reset every second. Oh, all right, cool. That's awesome. Hey, is that on the org store, Bag of Bones? Let me know. I'll definitely be in for that. And pick that up. So what we're gonna do, I don't want in the course of making FSE somewhat moderately functional on the fuel flow and all that stuff. What we're gonna do is, so Manchester is right here. We're gonna go. So we would go direct to Concord, and then do procedure turn outbound. Or we could go to Manchester and go directly down what it seems like 352 is Victor 141. So what we're going to do is we'll just intercept Victor 141. And then we'll fly kind of out here. This is where we're not going to go full total IFR. So what we'll do is we'll just take a vector over to the ILS and get set up for that. Oh, so Victor 141 is actually Manchester to Concord, so we'll figure out when we get there. Like I said, I don't want to make it crazy as far as oh yeah, yeah, hang on, let me plug in my Discord. Thank you everybody for joining me late tonight or early in the morning. Like I said, I try to get in streaming whenever I can. Sometimes I'm a little loosey-goosey when it comes to flying after work, kind of just go with the flow and decompress after work. It doesn't seem like we're getting. I get left engine, right engine tank at 3. I want to make sure that I have the right output coming. Anti-ice fuel switches. No, that's not what I wanted. I want ice. Ice. No, I want icing status. There we go. Okay. Everything's clear right now, so that's good. Everything's clear. And I actually have everything still on, so we can go off of that. Windshield, let's go normal on those. And prop auto. Okay. Alright, we're looking good. 3, 4. Alright, thanks, Bag of Bones. I'll definitely put that plug-in in. It's really nice and helpful. Yeah, you can definitely tell that we got some cloud cover going on because it's hard to see those lights right now. Airspeed's looking good. Ground speed's not bad at 258. And we're definitely getting kicked in the butt from that wind. We're going to fly as low as we can coming back on that airway so that we can get rid of, we don't have to fight the headwind too much. So, right. See what we got as far as conditions going on right now in X-plane, not in the real world. We'll see how it's rendering. So we pretty much just rendering the overcast, which is good. Let's see what it's actually doing at Concord in the sim. GDM. I can't even go up that far yet. So, I'm gonna wait. Well, again, thank you everybody for joining in, doing a little bit of IFR flying. With FS Economy. Hartford right there. So there's our turn for Victor 229. And then GDM. And GDM will take us on Victor 39. Direct at Concord. So maybe we'll fly that procedure turn. Actually, 2500 to LCM. So maintain 2500. I would definitely shoot that procedure turn, which actually I would like to shoot the procedure turn if I had a heading bug indicator that was better than the scroll wheel thing. Maybe really don't like see, that is cancel there. Let's go procedure, departure. Maybe I gotta go, let's play around with this here. Route menu. No. Flight plan. Destination. KCON. O right there for destination. Enter. Is it map only gives you 60 by 60 nautical miles. Okay. Yeah. I was just trying to see if I think execute, right? Okay. Flight plan. I don't want to mess things up. KCON, direct. See, the way that I set my flight plan might be the more difficult things to set up. I really do want to start using this thing and getting this. But again, I don't usually do, you know, I primarily fly GA, so I don't really get hardcore, or I don't get the opportunities as much to sit on the FMC. I definitely want to learn and get into it, but for me, GA's been the way. For one, because of the gonna go for my private soon after I finish school, and then and I pretty much have like everything that I would have at the flight school right now, getting familiar with that and getting everything ready to go as much as I can when it comes to going to get my private. So, all right, 7,000. We do have, we're going to turn our comm back on so that when we get Conquered, it'll come in. I think it goes up. Yeah, up. So what we'll do, oh, now that it's got approach, let's hit enter. And hit enter on that. And let's look at our fixes on this approach. I guess we can do vectors, right? CO. I just don't want to burn too much fuel on is this the miss approach? Alright, so the miss approach fix is off of here. We'll go vectors, enter, and then we'll load it only. Okay, so we can set our VNav up. Now, on this panel, it has the buttons and dials that you would see on the 430. But the VNav button is something that would be different on the 530 as opposed to the 430. So, Lifesaver, thank you for the 3 viewers. Moving forward on the auto host. Thank you so much. So what you can do, though, what I've found is that by rotating, like in the 430, rotating to the different views on this dial right here, you can get to your VNav page. So we are going to, I'm going to look at that plan again. So we're looking at 2,500. We're going to want 2,500. Still haven't figured out how we're going to do this approach to be feasible in FS economy. I don't want to go all the way to Manchester. 'cause that's 10 miles. No, wait, 21 degrees. 2,000 feet. So that's 16 miles out of the way, and then you have four. I guess it's not. Those are not that far away. I guess 10 miles and 18. You know what? Let's just go to Manchester. We'll go to Manchester. So we'll go. So from Manchester's approach, we're going to be at 2,000 and heading. So we're going to go down to 2,000. And we're going to go... we'll go 0.5 before, and I'm going to have to go back to the flight plan. Let's go back to our flight plan. So before KCON, we're not going to go to Con, we're going to go to Manchester, which is MHT. Okay, Manchester, accept. We're going to delete Con. Yes. Okay. So Manchester's plugged in. We're 89 miles away from that. So let's go back to our screen. And we're going to get Manchester plugged in there. MHT. And we'll go with a vertical profile of like 800, so 13 minutes away. Adam's Flight Sim, how you doing, man? What's up? We are having some fun in the Northeast right now. If you've checked out the weather that we have going on right now, it's pretty, or well, not we have. The weather that's going on in New England right now is pretty crazy, and I'm going to try to do this IFR flight right now with FSE passengers as well, so should be quite entertaining. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to pull it off. I know that the Alright, so we're going Devani. The conditions currently right now are pretty brutal. We'll pull them up right now. So we still have they're getting better, actually. The conditions are actually getting better. 0 knots at 0, so there's no wind, which is kind of weird. Half statute mile visibility. Variable fog? Is that FG is fog? At 300. So it's just not very good. Yeah, not very good. It was overcast at 3, then it was scattered variable at 3. Now it's, I guess I gotta see the tempo. I gotta read those and get those. So it was, I've never seen that chart before, so now I'm kind of trying to, is that what was reported prior to that? Oh, Adams, you're in it? Oh, you're up in New England? I used to live up by Concord in Lake Winnipesaukee for about 3 years of my life. And then I was in Portsmouth for a year. So I've done a stint in New England. never thought that I'd ever seen winter before. I was born and raised in Michigan, and I left in when I was about 22 and went to New England, and pretty much made me not want to see winter ever again. So that's why I live in Florida. Now I can enjoy New England via the flight sim. So as far as the stream and me streaming, this is gonna be a rough weekend. I can tell you that. A lot of stuff going on. We have a wedding. There's a big announcement coming up. Can't share now, but I will share when the time is appropriate this weekend, or maybe into next weekend. Some sim goodies. I just got ordered new hard drive, so I'll be working on getting ortho for the whole US, so that's good. I had maxed out all of my 1 terabyte, and I only had a couple of states, so I realized I had a problem when I got Sea of Thieves, which when it comes to variety streaming, you'll probably see me doing a little bit of that. Ohio, this came through. Okay. Do you know if when flying on FSE under pilot edge, is it standard to use FSC aircraft call sign? I would make sure that the FSC or your aircraft call sign. I know that Pilot Edge does get. They want proper aircraft call sign. So if the call sign is not formatted right, yeah, just plug something in. You don't have to follow exactly what you have on FSC. Just plug something in that is normal, and it's November for the U.S. November dash I think 3 numbers, 2 letters, 4 numbers, 1 letter, 5 numbers. Google that. I've Googled that before when I was looking for. But it's the FAA standard for the flights. Now I'm wondering what that other leg is doing way out there. Looks like it's a direct to from LaGuardia to somewhere, so I'm gonna have to pay attention to that when it comes to the backward side of this flight. Make sure that we're not too far out. So back to it. Variety streaming. Yeah, I realized I had a problem when I couldn't even download Sea of Thieves. That's I think it was 13 gigs or whatnot. So yeah, I had 9 gigs left on a 1 terabyte. So yeah, it was time. That's my question. Don't know if there was some way that Pilot Edge may communicate with FSC. No, you don't have to worry about that. As far as when you go into Pilot Edge and then you're doing your, I can connect just giggles. This call sign is what they're going to go by. It does not have to match what your FSC. It doesn't have to match what the FSC is saying. So you can use that as a little guidance. Yeah, you can put anything you really want in there, as long as it's following the standard. Pilot Edge just want your. I've heard a lot of people get in trouble for that. So, excuse me. So the hard drive's coming. Sound from me should sound better coming soon because I did pick up a Turtle Beach headset. That's coming. And as soon as taxes roll in, we'll be upgrading to the i7 chip so that we can definitely get the most out of our sim and stop having I have to put it way down just to stream now, especially if I'm in this plane. This plane is, yeah, I'm at 27 frames. I get 35 when I'm not streaming, so it's definitely taking a big hit right now. So we'll get, all right, PPL working on an instrument. That's cool. It's really cool. Now, Adams, how much do you use flight simming to keep yourself sharp? Because I heard that they made changes to how much. I think I heard this in, I don't remember an article or whatnot, but they've opened up, the FAA has opened up that you can have more hours of flight sim time to cover the instrument without actually being in the plane. And then I thought I heard that X-Plane has actually been approved as a proper flight sim for that. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's great news for everybody who really, whoa, some major turbulence going on. What is going on there? I want to make sure. I think we were in the middle of a turn, but I'm going to reset my DG just to make sure, because that was kind of goofy and weird. Right, checking for icing. We're still good, no icing yet. Not as much as I should. Have you gone through the I ratings or the cat ratings on Pilot Edge yet? I'm really, I could tell you guys from my experience of talking to other pilots that have gone and already have their instrument ratings, of how much you learn through the cat ratings and I ratings that people, pilots with the ratings, don't even know. And that's why I say it's a useful tool. And I know that every hour that I spend on this flight sim and is going to make my life so much easier once I start going through the training. There's a version of X-Plane you can get certified, but it needs to be part of an FAA certified system, not a home pit. Okay. Now, does it have to be like attached to the full, what is it, the Redbird system or whatever? I believe it is true, and yes, X-Plane is. However, it's also an approved flight training device with a flight instructor to lock down. Yeah. I think it was like they readjusted the sim time to 8 hours. You can get 8 hours credit now or something like that. But I mean, if you're doing situations like this, where we're going to plane out IFR and then we'll shoot an approach going into Concord, I mean, that, especially the more and more you get your sim into real world, using yokes, throttles, and all that, and everything, I mean, it's got to make that stuff so much easier to do sim time and then translate it back over. But what was cool is that I go out with an older gentleman, a friend of the family, that he has all of his ratings, and he goes out every week, and we split fuel costs. And I haven't been out with him in a while because the schedule's been so crazy. But he's got his instrument rating, but he's, he knows the old school, VORs and doing it the old school way, whatnot. But he's working and learning how to use like LPV approaches and use the GPS to be your your auto source on how to get out of trouble when it comes to IFR. So the cool thing is that me flying with a guy who's had 25 years of pilot experience, I'm teaching him stuff about how to use a GPS, because we, it's second nature, and it's so realistic to what we're doing every single day like this. I've programmed these things in for him, and and we fly and approach real life, and it's crazy. That's cool. Oh, awesome,
Sky
Adams.
conditions 300
Awesome.
overcast.
All right, so what we got here?
Temperature 5,
Winds calm.
2.4.
What is
Altimeter
RVR?
2975.
4,000.
Arriving runway 35, departing runway 35. Advise on initial contact.
Rain?
You have Sierra.
Rain? Yeah, rain at 4,000. Sky conditions 300 overcast, so it's still 300 overcast. So, what are our minimums on this approach here?
Concord information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather. Wind calm. RVR 4000.
And let me pull this. I'm gonna pull
Sky
this
conditions 300
so we have it
overcast.
open.
Temperature 5, 2.4. Altimeter
I want to get a third
2975.
monitor so that I can set or figure out a way where I can set this up and then have this
Advise on
be
initial contact. You have Sierra.
a little drop down, because I've been shooting so much more ILS stuff or instrument approaches and stuff like that. I like to have the approach plate. I'm going to talk to Keith, because I know Keith has it set up like that where you guys can see the approach plate that I'm following.
800 Zulu weather.
So I'm going to talk to him and find out how he
RVR
does it.
4000.
Okay, so we're
Sky
what are our
conditions
minimums
300
here?
Overcast. Temperature
586.
2.4. Altimeter 2975.
586.
Arriving runway 35.
Okay,
Departing
so let's check our
runway 35.
VNAV. We got to be getting
Advise on
close
initial
here.
contact. You have Sierra.
We're 34 away from, so let's check our VNAV. We got 2 minutes. So let's get our autopilot out. Get ready.
Concord Muni information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather. Wind calm.
Hey, Captain
RVR
Joan.
4000.
How you doing? Get an
Sky
iPad with.
conditions 300
Yeah, I
overcast.
know.
Temperature 5.
Oh,
2.4.
new follow, new follow.
Altimeter 2975.
And I think I
Arriving
missed it.
runway 35. Departing runway
Captain
35.
Joan, thank you for the follow, man.
Advise on
Welcome to
initial
the stream.
contact. You have Sierra.
Air servers and app, likely. Well, I know that if I had a third monitor, then on OBS I could just capture the windowed source.
Concord Muni information
So I know
Sierra.
I could do that. So like even if I have it on my stream screen over here, I usually have so many, like I have my Twitch page open just so that I can see if anything's going awry, and then I can see chat there. And then I got a this, my source, my Sky Vector FS Economy open in here. And if I made this a windowed source, as long as I don't move it, then you guys would be able to see that on stream. And I think that's what I'm probably going to work to getting going here. Okay, so we can descend to target. So we're going to go down 1800. We're going to pull some power.
Sky conditions 300 overcast. Temperature 5.
And we're going to get select down to
Altimeter
2000.
2975. Arriving runway 35. Departing runway 35. Advise on
2000
initial contact.
alert.
You have Sierra.
And we're going to get that in there. I really want to get rid of this so I can find out our speed. Yep, we're a little bit high, so I'm going to drop the speed down.
Concord Muni
Drop the
information
power.
Sierra.
Okay, let's get our altimeter set. 2975.
4000. Rain. Sky conditions 300 overcast.
Okay,
Temperature
2975.
2.4.
Arriving and
Altimeter
departing.
2975.
Okay,
Arriving
so
runway
let's
35.
see. Getting
Departing
close.
Runway 35. Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
I think we drop. I think in the manual we drop down to 75% turbine, but we'll hold this because it's already changing our vertical profile and stuff.
Rain.
So we're just gonna go down
Sky
like this.
conditions 300 overcast.
We're gonna turn
Temperature
a
2.4.
landing light on.
Altimeter 2975. Arriving runway 35. Departing runway
Okay.
35.
We have information Sierra at this time, so we're gonna drop that. Oh, it's 5:30 already. Holy moly. Gotta head off for my Arma game. Alright, good deal, man. It's been a little bit since I played Arma. I used to play it a lot, but Twitch drink. There you go. Rock the Sim Fox emote, who is sleeping on the bed over there. This is sleepy time. Okay, so how are we doing here? We're at 200 knots. I'm gonna refresh myself again. All right, so we're gonna want 120 on approach, 100. Okay, got that. Yeah, it's been a little bit. I was flying the crap out of this plane like 3 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden, like, it's been a little bit. All right, so let's zoom in here. All right, Adams, thank you for stopping by, and take care, man. Always a pleasure. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna change. I'm trying to think here. It does have select approach, ILS 35, and we're coming from MH. Enter, load. Okay, so now we're set up. I think that's what that direct was. It was left out there. All right. Take care, Adams. Thanks for joining. All right. I'm going to resync my DG just so I got that. It's peace of mind. Peace of mind. Check our fuel. Augs is out. Main is good. A little bit of turbulence there. Okay, so let's we'll go over this one more time, just so that brief this thing. All right, so we're gonna hit Manchester, and we're gonna go with a heading of 2-1, and then turn for the ILS course, the localizer close icon at 1087. That should do that automatically with the GPS set in there. Once we go straight in, I'm going to switch to manual mode and hand fly this down. Alright, so we're 2000 coming from, check this note. See, that can get confusing right there because this is for the procedure turn. 2500 out, procedure turn, come back in, then you're cleared down to 2000. If you're coming from Manchester, you're at 2000, and then intercept the glide. So we'll establish on the localizer somewhere outside of 5 nautical miles, and all right, 586 is our minimums. We'll probably, because we're in the sim, go lower than that, but I think all we have to do, I'm pretty sure that the runway lights, since we're at night, is considered the runway. So if we can catch the runway lights, then we're good. So get set up. Airspeed's good. Icing still good. We can do an ice check and make sure ice is looking good. I do think I want to throw on our pedostatics anyway, which, yeah, they're going to be on. We're going to keep them on. Wonder if you break the ice. Alright, so we're coming up on 2000. Okay, so let's go to... How do I want to do this here? Sometimes I just don't trust the GPS. Let's look at our flight plan here. Okay, so MHT. So we didn't activate, but I don't see, you know what it is it's probably going all the way to the bottom. Yeah, there we go. So let's go, but I don't want it to delete profile. You know what we'll do is we're gonna do this manual. All right, Manchester is 114.4. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna be on that in a second. 114.4. And then I'm gonna put that in. And then we're gonna put our localizer 108.7. Airspeed's 180. 108.7. Okay, so we're gonna... I have no idea how to... Gotta put that in nav 2. So we're gonna go 6 DME out from... So let's go... V-lock is off. Oh, wait. Never mind. I want to go back to GPS. This is gonna kill me. Okay. Let's sync the heading bug and go in heading mode. Okay, we're at 180, 2,000 feet. Sync the heading bug once we get back on course, and then we're going to switch to the ILS. Okay, so we're going to hit heading. Heading mode's on. And we're going to go and switch to our swap those. We're going to go to icon, and then we're going to swap to V-lock, and we're going to turn our course heading to 351. See, I hate this thing. I can't figure it out. 5-1. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that radial to come in. We're gonna pick that radial up a little bit because we're gonna diverge just a little bit. All right, we are gonna be on. All right, let me get myself set again because I want to make sure that I'm capturing our DME. Where's my DME? Why am I not seeing my DME right now? No, no. Let's go to flight plan. That's where my DME is going to be. And we think we just blew. Oh, you know what? Okay, autopilot is going to be. Okay, so we're 7.5. Autopilot's going to be off. Oh, it won't go off. Okay, we're off of autopilot now. I'm going to turn and get back on course for the ILS approach. We're going to maintain 2000. We're going to prop full forward. Here comes the ILS. Get back into that. Okay, we gotta get back over just a little bit more. Very I want to get some flaps in soon, so this might be a rough one. We need to stay up here. We need to stay up. We are 3.6. We are way. We came into that one really, really quick. Actually going to definitely botch that approach pretty good. We're right over the field right now. 1,000. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, we really can't see a whole lot of anything. Ooh. We broke out, but that was a very, very failed approach there. We would go missed right now at this point. But in the I don't know why I'm not hearing flap sounds. So we're going to spin around and we'll do a visual. I'm going to try to stay down and low. Actually, you know what? I just realized that Concord was one of the very first. Now, see, I lose it right at 700. So I would definitely go back and reshoot this approach, but I'm already running like really late right now. The ILS has come in, but okay, so we're trying to get down to 600 without breaking through and crashing into the ground. Okay, so we're at 6. Concord was actually the first airport I made in WED. So let's get turned around and hopefully we can stay here, add a little bit of rudder. Kind of just cruising VFR underneath the clouds. Not the most accurate thing in the world to do. And yeah, it's pretty bad. And we're like right above the trees. Okay, so let's get realigned with the runway. This is not. Oh man. Okay, let's just get down. We will. Stressful. Reverse. Yeah, Concord was the very first runway or airport that I made in WED. It was a fun project because it was definitely default scenery, and coming from FS Economy or FSX, I was kind of confused on why runways didn't have objects and stuff, and then I soon found that X-Plane had to work on their sceneries, gave everybody the tools to work on the sceneries, and developers make this game and or they make this simulator. So very, very broken approach. We're gonna redeem ourselves and we're gonna remake it. I blame that on myself a little bit because of the fact that I haven't kind of gotten old and rusty on this particular aircraft. But no excuse really, but we got down safe. I would have definitely gone around. Alright, so we're going to finish that flight. We're offloading, I believe, 14 passengers. We still have 222. We put in, what, 350 or 300? Okay. I need to clean up this GPS or this flight plan right now. No. So we need to go down to here, and we're going to delete that approach. Yes. Okay, so we're going to KMH next and go back to GPS. Let's go. Nope, right there. Direct to activate. And we're not going to have a whole lot of time to get this one set and planned. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get this out. And we're going to go down here to Manchester. Manchester's ILS 35. So can do is we'll go over to Snows, do RNAV into, I guess this is RNAV, right? Or we can go visual. We can go direct Manchester and then spin it around and hit the ILS there. That's what we'll do. Okay, so we're gonna plug in MHT. We're going to go direct MHT and then vector ourselves off to get back on the ILS. Alright, landing lights off, taxi back on, taxi on. Let's start FS Economy back up. Flaps up. Double check. Good. Got one auto feathers off. Ooh, we did not arm the auto feather, so that was kind of a fail there. Let's check our
Concord Muni Information Sierra.
Alright, secondary weather or secondary ATIS, we're gonna get 119.5 in.
Sky conditions 300
which
overcast.
is Manchester.
Temperature 5, dew point 4.
Trying
Altimeter
to steer down the middle of the runway
Arriving
while
runway 12. Departing runway 12.
out of my peripheral vision.
Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
19.5. Okay, so we're at actually, we lost a lot in that last, 1972.
Uni information Sierra. 800. Wind light and variable.
Alright, so we're going to make it up here. We're going to shoot a much better approach into Manchester.
Temperature 5, dew point 4. Altimeter 2972. Arriving runway 12. Departing runway 12. Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
I'm trying to think here. How I want to do this. I'd much rather not have the GPS in there to mess me up.
Wind light and variable. RVR 4000. Sky
But
conditions 300 overcast.
I'm a little bit
Temperature 5,
new on
dew
the
point 4.
course.
Altimeter 2972.
I hate the
Arriving
course
runway
buttons
12.
on this
Departing runway 12.
this plane.
Advise on
the
initial
aircraft.
contact. You have Sierra.
So it's not easy to figure out. Alright, so we're gonna hold short right here. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go. We'll go
Concord Muni information
direct.
Sierra. 800 Zulu weather.
We're gonna go VLOC.
Wind light and variable. RVR 4000.
We're gonna go.
Sky conditions
See, this is
300
what I don't like.
overcast.
Alright, so
Temperature 5.
try to figure this out here.
2.4. Altimeter
Should we go
2972.
down?
Arriving
Okay.
runway 12. Departing runway 12. Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
Okay, we want to go direct. Okay. And then in the backup, we're going to put
Concord Muni information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather.
the localizer is 109.1.
Sky conditions 300 overcast. Temperature 5. Dew point 4.
Okay, so
Altimeter
109.1.
2972. Arriving runway
What
12.
we gotta do
Departing
is we
runway
gotta
12.
put that in
Advise on initial
nav
contact. You have
2.
Sierra.
So we got 109.1. Transfer. Okay,
Concord
so
Muni
nav
information
2's
Sierra.
in.
800 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. RVR 4000. Sky conditions 300 overcast.
Okay.
Temperature 5.
Alright, let's take off. Let's go.
Altimeter 2.
Yeah, there is fog. I can start to see it now.
Arriving runway 12.
It's pretty crazy.
Departing runway
Alright,
12.
landing line on, taxi off.
Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
And we'll get our flight plan back just so we can see what we're doing. Okay, line up on runway 35.
Concord Muni information Sierra. 800 Zulu
Okay,
weather.
so our altitude, what
Wind
we're
light and
looking
variable.
for here, we're
RVR
looking
4000.
for
Sky conditions
2,500.
300 overcast. Temperature 5.
Okay,
Dew
it's
point
2,500.
Altimeter
set that.
2972. Arriving runway 12. Departing runway 12.
Okay,
Advise on initial contact.
flap
You have
17.
Sierra.
one notch flaps, and we got our trim set. Okay, alright. Prop 38,
Concord Muni information
or
Sierra.
torque to 38.
800 Zulu weather.
Prop
Wind
goes
light
back
and
to
variable.
17.
RVR 4000.
36.
Sky conditions 300 overcast.
37,
Temperature
38,
5.
release brakes.
2.4. Altimeter
Set my-
2972. Arriving
Set my
runway 12.
DG.
Departing runway 12. Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
Okay, airspeed's alive, 100 knots, we can rotate. Gear up.
Concord Muni Information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather. Wind light and
Okay,
variable.
so we're
RVR
going up
4000.
way too fast.
Sky conditions
Okay,
300
flaps up.
overcast. Temperature 5, dew point 4. Altimeter 2972. Arriving runway 12.
And we're gonna make
Runway 12.
a
Advise on initial contact. You have Sierra.
nice little turn. Okay, so we'll turn the autopilot on for
Concord
nav
Muni Information Sierra. 800
and
Zulu
altitude
weather.
select.
Wind light and variable.
Whoa,
RVR 4000.
got a little crazy there.
Sky conditions 300 overcast. Temperature 5, dew point 4. Altimeter 2972. Arriving runway 12.
I'm having
Departing
a
runway
bit
12.
of a time
Advise on
controlling
initial
this bad
contact.
boy.
You have Sierra.
Okay, so we're almost there. Alright, so we're going to go direct to Manchester.
Concord Muni Information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather.
And are we already blown
light and
through? Yeah,
variable.
we're already blown
RVR
through. We gotta
4000.
get back down here.
Sky
Down.
conditions 300 overcast. Temperature 5,
Altitude
dew
hold.
point 4. Altimeter 2972.
And we're
Arriving
gonna
runway
go
12.
down to
Departing runway 12. Advise on initial contact. You have
25.
Sierra.
versus down 400. We don't have very far to go, 18 miles.
Concord Muni Information Sierra. 800 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. RVR
Okay.
4000. Sky
All right, so let's
conditions
switch
300
over.
overcast.
Okay, so we're at 25. Let's start getting Manchester's weather. Okay, we need to. Whoa, we're way over speeding here. Weird colors are going on right now. Okay, so Manchester. Is really not the proper intercept whatsoever. I'm trying to track my nav to right now. Did I forget to start? No. Alright, wait one. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start making this. We'll go back to making this flight better. Okay. Kind of punked out. 2992 is going to be our altitude. Still looks beautiful. And we're going to fly visual in there. New England looks good. Sun's coming out. Right. Gotta get my feet in there. All right. I used to work right across from this highway used to go, this road right here that you see right there, right about right there is where I used to work, right across from the Manchester airport. One of the best jobs I ever had, honestly. Definitely miss that. Okay, let's definitely do this a heck of a lot better. Little tired, little not as good planning as I possibly could have done. And familiarization of the jet. I've been getting really confident. I think I got overconfident in some of my ability because some of the aircraft that I've flown lately doing approaches, IFR approaches to. I shot one in the with the PC-12, and for some reason the PC-12 was amazingly nice plane to fly in the autopilot system, and the course heading and all that stuff is set up really nice. I think it's set up more like a GA than a heavy airliner kind of deal. So it was really easy to get things moving in the right direction. So I just got to train myself a little bit more to get this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go about flying over the runway right now. I'm going to go out a little bit farther. And bring that back in. So we're gonna drop some speed. Turn autopilot alt. How do I wish there was a shortcut button. I have a button synced for autopilot disengage, but it's not working on this plane. Drop some frames there. Okay, so let's slow her down. We're gonna get 17 in, 17 degrees of flaps. Auto feather on. Master caution came on for a second. And okay, so we can get our speed down. The caution's coming on because the gear's not down. So let's go down with the gear. Let's maintain. Try to get one more notch of flaps in. Let's maintain 120. Three green and locked. Auto feather is on. Should see the runway soon. Alright, that was a good turn. Alright, perfect distance, so I like that. Alright. Let's approach at 120, so I'm going to give her a little bit more. Pitch for 120. Put my, is it 3 notches of flaps here? Okay, we got our, add a little bit more, add a lot more power. We're low. Manchester's looking nice. I don't know about you guys as far as Streamland. I know it doesn't look as beautiful with like ortho or whatnot, but I'm telling you, I am definitely a fan of flying during this time where you get the lights, because this is one thing that X-Plane does is amazingly well, is this lighting. Okay, so let's maintain 500 feet per minute descent at the 120. We're a little high now. 3 green and locked. So we got the speed. I think we got our speed back in order. Okay. little rudder adjustment there. Let's get back on center line. A little bit more speed. Definitely a lot longer flight than I was expecting. I was expecting to kind of already be done, so we're going to try to get through this. And looking good. Speed looks good. Beautiful looking airport right there with Manchester. Marker. And there's the flare. Ground effect. A little bit heavier. Reverse thrust. Down to 40. All right. I think for the first time, kind of don't like how my yoke felt right there, or it kind of felt loosey-goosey. All right, we are in Manchester, New Hampshire, and we're going to offload our passengers. I do want to check up on FS Economy, see how everything's going right now. All right, so let's refresh what we got. I need to finish flight. Okay, we have 193 in fuel. Our next stop. Okay, KHMT, locations, KCON. What happened there? I'm like losing my mind right now. Who is on my plane? Oh, okay. No, all right, never mind. We're good. All right, I'm having a senior moment, I guess, right now. I'm trying to figure out why I have KCON. I planned this out 3 times so that I'd make sure that I didn't leave anybody, and this is what it's looking like. It's looking like I just left PAX. Alright, so we're departing. 9 seats available. See, that's what happened. There's 9 passengers there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to pause the sim there, hold where I'm at right now, and try to finish this out later on today, because I'm definitely feeling the effects of being up for almost 20 hours. But yeah, I really kind of botched this up pretty good. I read that 3 times. So we got we had 17 passengers going from, I just don't see where a lot of my stuff is, LGA to let me refresh this again. Okay, so LGA to KMHT. These passengers shouldn't still be on here. We're all at KMHT right now. So we got to go back to KCON and grab those other passengers. What I can do is I can go to sometimes it's difficult to flight plan, especially when you're at work trying to do it. But definitely kind of botched this up. Yeah, I'm gonna head off to bed. Yeah, I definitely need to. Kind of a little delusional. But thank you guys for joining. And if you're new to the stream, thank you for sitting by. Kind of one of the reasons why I don't stream during this time is just because I'm not as up as I would be on a normal time, but I do work nights, so that's kind of what happens anyway. Again, thank you for being here and watching. We're gonna, I'm gonna probably be on later on today. I guess we'll finish this flight, and then I also have the I-8 instrument rating on Pilot Edge to complete. So we're gonna do that later on today. So I'm gonna catch you then. We're gonna find somebody to go over to right now, and there's a good guy that really does a great job flying, and he's usually always flying around this time. Go give him a holler. And again, thank you guys so much for being around today. And catch me later on if you're looking for some more IFR flying. That's going to be way better than what you just witnessed right now. But we'll see you guys soon and later on today. All right? Thanks, guys.
Thank you for 21 viewers as well. Good lord. Good lord, we got
Maybe
people
it's
today.
wrong what I did. That's just bumping them numbers.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing. Sorry, I'm scratching my head. I got an itch. We've been doing good on the numbers lately. We've got. We're halfway to becoming a partner. Like that'll never happen. Monday morning flight sim partner. Yeah, really. But Sim Pilot Eric, thank you very much. We'll give big konas to Sim Pilot. Thank you. Alex, thank you as well for the host.
You're welcome.
We're gonna have Matt wave at us all day.